Will we learn more in this game about the Chiefs or about the Cowboys?
I think it's the Chiefs.
I think it's the Cowboys.
All right, well, I'm going with K-Mike.
Okay, go Cowboys.
That wins. Why? What will we learn about the Cowboys?
Listen, Jerry just said it. It would be a hallmark win because, look, they're only favored in that FPI. They're only favored by 50.4. And how bad have the Chiefs been all year?
Yeah, I mean.
Like that to me, but hold on. These are the type of games that Dallas, historically in the past, they would lose. Right? And to go to Arrowhead, one more second, and to go to Arrowhead and to beat the Chiefs with Patrick Mahomes, I don't care if they're struggling, they're broken, I don't believe any of that. They have Patrick Mahomes, they have a great roster, they've got great coaches. So for them to go to
Not yet? Okay.
And for them to go to Arrowhead and win, that would be huge. Now you may go.
Thank you. Jerry also said Missouri. Just because it came out his mouth don't mean it's right. It is Missouri, not Missouri. But anyway, the point is they have several hallmark wins already this season. Like, I understand.
Against who?
Well, they beat the New England Patriots, we think are good. They beat the Philadelphia Eagles by 20 points, who we now think are good. They beat hold up, I'm not done. They beat the Giants by 20 points, which is also good. They just beat the Falcons, which are an NFL football team, by 40 points.
You just named a number of under 500 teams.
But they smashed them. They smashed them as a point.
Super Bowl.
They have hallmark wins because they continuously smash teams that they're supposed to smash, and they won a game against Minnesota with Cooper Rush. Like, they have hallmark wins this season.
Let me ask Tim Hasselbeck this question. Sometimes, because we have been burned by the Cowboys so many times over the last quarter century, that perhaps we're not fully willing to accept what our eyes are seeing. Do you think the Cowboys have something to prove, Tim, this weekend against the Chiefs?
Yeah, I think they do, but I think that, maybe the way that we've talked about the Chiefs this year and their struggles, I don't think the rest of the league views Kansas City that way. Like, I think when you get ready to play Kansas City, you're not thinking about, oh, this is the team that's turning the football over a ton. Right. I think any team that is about to face the Chiefs thinks of them like Patrick Mahomes is playing the way he did last year and the year before that. So, I think in terms of what the challenge will feel like and something to prove, I don't think there's any question that, what Jerry Jones is saying, even though I agree with Dominique that, how he's pronouncing things doesn't make it right. Look, the reality is they look at this as, look, they're one of the best. Even if they're not playing like one of the best, this is a big challenge for us. We get to prove something.
And there's also something I'm interested to see. I mentioned at the very beginning there, Dak and Mahomes have never played against each other. And Dak has clearly elevated to a place now where he's in the MVP conversation and all of that. I will admit, there's a part of me that wants to see the shootout and see those two guys going head-to-head and see if Dak does, on this stage, in that building and all that, if he can match Mahomes throw for throw, touchdown for touchdown, late in a big game.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Because I know you are very high on Cousin Dak. I know. But I feel like the people that still question Dak, it's these sort of moments. Like, these are the moments where they point to and said, can he show up? And, of course, I think he can, but he's got to show. These are the teams you got to beat.
People who still doubt Dak are not worth us discussing because they are imbeciles. Dak can go toe for toe for them. Dak, in his rookie year in the playoffs, he led 3 scoring drives in the fourth quarter against Aaron Rodgers to put that team in a position to win. So Dak being clutch is not something that we need. Understand? Not this year. This year, the Cowboys are far and away better than the Chiefs, and Dak Prescott has been better than Patrick Mahomes.
I agree with that. But the point is that we still think of Mahomes as what he is, and I think justifiably so. Right. My point is, you're campaigning for Dak to be the MVP of the league, and I don't disagree. He's unquestionably someone who has a chance to win that this year. This Sunday, if he beats Mahomes 41-35 with a late touchdown drive, would be a big moment to us.
Oh, yeah, I can't disagree with that at all. And I think the first game of the year, when he went toe-to-toe with Tom Brady, had he won that game, we would think about it differently. I understand that perception is based on the outcome of many of these games, but I also understand that you can't decide anything in one game. You watch the course of this season, it seems quite clear that the Chiefs have more to prove based on what's happened this season than the Cowboys.
I agree.
They won a Super Bowl very recently.
That's the point, is they've been in the last 2 Super Bowls. That kind of gives you a little bit of credibility that maybe the Cowboys still need to earn despite the good start
group chat,
that they've had.
That group chat is going to be lit if they actually win.
All right, now, thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.